Good afternoon, my dear students. Let us continue with the other two non-conventional sources of energy, their generation as well as their advantages. That is nuclear power and biogas. How are they generated and what are their advantages we will discuss in this concept. Nuclear power. Nuclear power is obtained from energy stored in the nuclei of atoms of naturally occurring radioactive elements like uranium, thorium and plutonium. This is very important. From where does the nuclear power obtain? Nuclear power is obtained from energy stored in the nuclei of atoms of naturally occurring radioactive elements like uranium, thorium and plutonium. Next, how is it generated? From these nuclear radioactive elements like uranium, thorium and plutonium, how can we generate the electricity? So when atoms of these radioactive substances react, they split apart. This process of splitting of atoms is called nuclear fission. Nuclear fission produces heat and this heat is used to heat water and make steam. The steam powers turbines which in turn are used to run generators which produce electricity. The two main types of nuclear reactors used to generate electricity are the pressurized water reactor as well as the boiling water reactor, PWR and BWR, pressurized water reactor and the boiling water reactor. What are the differences between these two reactors which generate electricity from the nuclear fission? Means in the pressurized water reactor, the water is heated by the nuclear reaction, but because the water is pressurized, it does not boil. Once again I repeat, in the pressurized water reactor, the water is heated by the nuclear reaction, but because the water is pressurized, it does not boil. This heated water is circulated through tubes in steam generators, allowing the water in the steam generator to turn the steam, which then turns the turbine. Then in the boiling water reactor, the water comes to a boil due to the heat produced by nuclear reaction and turns into steam to turn the turbine. This is the difference, my dear. Question can be asked, what is the difference between the pressurized water reactor and boiling water reactor? Next, the water from the reactor powers the turbine. Anyhow, here in both the reactors, the water which comes, the water from the reactor powers the turbine. So in both the systems, the water is reused. Both the systems, the water is reused. Dear students, just to have a look the difference between PWR, that is pressurized water reactor, and boiling water reactor. You can try to understand with the pics which are provided in front of you on the screen, and as well as some nuclear reactors also in India where they are established. You can find in another picture. Now, what are the advantages of this nuclear energy which has been produced by the nuclear fission? Let us see. This nuclear energy reduces the amount of energy generated from fossil fuels, and therefore it reduces the use of fossil fuels and lower the greenhouse gas emissions. Very important advantage. Next, it saves on raw materials but also in transport, handling and extraction of nuclear fuel. The cost of nuclear fuel is 20% of the cost of energy generated. Next, the third advantage, the production of electric energy is continuous. With the help of this nuclear power, the production of electric energy is continuous. A nuclear power plant generates electricity for almost 90% of annual time. These are the advantages of nuclear power. Next, we will move on to biogas. What is biogas? Biogas is composed of methane, carbon dioxide, hydrogen and hydrogen sulfide. Once again, what is the composition of biogas? It is composed of methane, carbon dioxide, hydrogen and hydrogen sulfide. It is produced by anaerobic degradation of animal and plant waste in the presence of water. What is this anaerobic degradation? It means breaking down of organic matter by bacteria in the absence of oxygen. So, the fermentation of the waste products is carried out by bacteria, which produces hydrocarbon gas, predominantly methane and alcohol. Here, the organic matter which is produced by the plants and animals, this organic matter, once again, anaerobic degradation means breaking down of organic matter by bacteria in the absence of oxygen. So, the organic matter which has been produced by the plants and animals, it will be breakdown by the bacteria in the absence of oxygen. The fermentation of the waste products is carried out by bacteria, which produces hydrocarbon gas predominantly. Before hydrocarbon gas produces, we can see methane and alcohol also will be produced. The residue left behind in the tank is rich in nutrients and can be used as manure. So, the residue or the organic matter which has been produced by plants and the animals, it is used in both the ways, with the help of by generating biogas, as well as finally after generating the gas, the leftover residue, that also can be used as a manure for the plants. The plants which use cattle dung are called as Biogas plants. These plants using cattle dung have been set up in many villages in our India. They provide twin benefits. What are the two benefits to the farmers which are provided by these Biogas plants? Means farmers in the form of energy and good quality of manure. The gas which is used, this gas is used for cooking, lighting and pumping water from wells. Then how is it generated? Of course, here which plays a major role, the organic matter which is produced by the animals and plants. This organic matter, after producing the gas, leftover organic matter also can be used as manure. So it is used in two ways. Then how is it generated, the biogas? Let us see. A digester tank is placed underground. A digester tank which is placed underground, it receives the dung water mixture. Farmers mix the cow dung, cattle dung with mortar, and they put into one side pipe, that is through the inlet pipe. First they will fix under digester tank. Then into this digester tank, from inlet pipe, farmers mix water and cattle dung and they will send through this inlet pipe, while the other side discharges the spent slurry through outlet pipe. Slurry means after the process happened inside the digester tank, the slurry will be thrown out by the outlet pipe in another side. Inside the digester tank, there is a gas outlet. One more pipe will be there, which is controlled by a pipe. This gas will directly reaches to the stove which is connected. So in this way, this biogas is generated. Have you got it? A digester tank will be fixed underground, and through one inlet pipe it receives cattle dung mixed with water, and inside the process, in the absence of oxygen, this cow dung, the cattle dung will break into small bacteria will help to break down, and which will be changed as turned as gas. That gas will be connected to one more pipe, which is directly that pipe connected to stove which is set inside, and one more outlet pipe. Through that, the leftover slurry will be left. This slurry again farmers can use as the manure for the plants. Then what are the advantages of this biogas? Dear students, you can watch one of the biogas plant in the picture which is provided in front of you. Just have a look carefully. One inlet pipe will be there with which is allowed to put cattle with mixed with water, and outlet pipe. Through that outlet pipe the slurry will be left thrown out. That slurry can be used as a manure, and one more pipe at the top which is connected outlet for biogas. That pipe will be connected to through a pipe again in the house, inside the house with the stove or something. So it will be used for lighting as well as cooking, and also pumping water from the wells. So what are the advantages of this biogas? Biogas is clean, non-polluting and cheap. There is a direct supply of gas from the plant. Therefore, there is no storage problem. Next, the sludge left behind is a rich fertilizer containing bacterial biomass. So these are the advantages.